diorama. I'm getting all the pieces put down together and deciding where I'm going to be putting the train and the fishing pond and so on. So in the last clip, you saw me starting to carve out the fishing pond out of the piece of styrofoam that was beside the mountain over here. It was laying right beside the mountain over here. Unfortunately, when I shifted it, it cracked. And so I had to pull it up. It had been taped down, but I pulled it up and I cut another piece of styrofoam the same size. And I'm going to replicate that fishing pond onto this one. In order to do that, I need to make a template, and I will make a template with a couple of pieces of paper together. And I will just draw out the fishing pond on the paper. So now I have a replication of the size of the fishing pond and the shape of the fishing pond. And I will just cut it out. I will cut it out. You know how you say that to your children when they're having arguments. Cut it out. I had the fishing pond all planned out, the size of it and the shape of it, and I didn't want to have to start completely from scratch and make another fishing pond, and I wouldn't be quite as happy with it as I was with this one. So now I have the template. And I will lay the template on top of the second piece. I hope to have the fishing hut here and the fishermen along this side here. This is the side that will be against the mountain. And I just will draw it right onto the styrofoam. Unfortunately, my carving tool, I can't use it this year. I've lost the power supply to it. I don't know where I packed it, and I've gotten all the totes up and I can't find that power supply. So my carving tool is a little bit out of commission this year. I have to use whichever other tools I have on hand. There we go. Typically I'd use this tool here. This is a carving tool from Hot Wire Foam Factory. I purchased this one. This is probably my third one already. I really, really like this tool. It's very versatile. There's a wire between the two probes here, and you can shape this wire, and then you would typically just scoop out the styrofoam. Makes very little mess, and it's very, very efficient. However, I haven't got the power supply to it, so I have to use a simple box cutter. So as you can see on the side of this mountain, I've painted a river. It's right up here. And this river is going to be the mouth of a waterfall that will be coming all the way down to the base. The lake or the pond should be down here. So I need to measure the distance between here and here to make a waterfall out of a product which I will show you. Okay, let's get our measuring tape out and have a measure. It needs to be at least 20 inches. Okay, now that the pond is finished, I'm planning to make the waterfall, the 20-inch waterfall from the top of the mountain to the pond, which is 20 inches. I measured it. Unfortunately, the cookie tray would have been perfect, except it's only 17 inches long, so it's not wide enough. I have to think of something else. I have to place it on a surface that will be easy to peel off of once it's hardened, and this would have been perfect, but this is not going to work. So let's think of something else. So now instead of the cookie tray, I have a serving tray, and I believe this one is large enough. Oh, it's still not large enough, but it'll do. It'll do. Once the waterfall is made, I can always stretch it a little bit. Now I'm going to use this product here. It's made by Woodland Scenics. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. I believe it's made out of silicone, of some kind of silicone. And I've made waterfalls out of this for many, many years. This same bottle lasts forever. It is a little bit expensive on this bottle. When I purchased it, it was $25.95. It's probably about $35.95 now. That's Canadian funds. But this bottle lasts forever. You make sure that the top is on very securely, and it will last you for years and years. And it will do just as good a job years down the line as it did the first time you used it. So we're going to, hopefully it's open still. We're going to make the waterfall as long as the serving tray. The serving tray is 19 inches. So we start with one, hope it comes out, yes. One line. And then once you hit the end, you go back and add a number of lines to it. You can't really make mistakes with this. You keep adding lines until your waterfall is as large as you wish it to be. And once in a while it will get clogged up. Come on. It's not coming out quite as smoothly as I would have hoped. Let me check it out. Okay, I've managed to poke it open, so it should flow a little more freely now. It's curling up. It could be because the bottle is quite old. I hope there's enough in here for one more waterfall. Okay, we'll try a vice grip, maybe that'll help. Push some of the, there we go. Why didn't I think of that in the first place? Okay. It's coming out lovely now. I think I'm getting to the bottom of the bottle. That seems to be the problem. Okay, I have enough. Now we take a toothpick and we shape it. Run the toothpick through the silicone and put lines in it and smooth it out. Now when this dries, it'll dry clear. You have to leave it for 24 hours. So this is something that you plan ahead. It's quite a long, thin waterfall right now. It is white, actually colored white, but it dries completely clear. It's really a marvelous, marvelous product from Woodland Scenics. I really, really like Woodland Scenics products. They are everything that they are purported to be. If they say they will, you will end up with a certain look, you will end up with that look. Now it looks kind of lumpy and clumpy, but it will be all right when it dries. and I won't touch it until tomorrow this time, where I will peel it off of the tray. And at that point, it should be quite malleable as well. You can shape it and stretch it before putting it on your diorama. There, it's starting to look good now. I also touch it up with white paint to make it look frothy once it's installed as a waterfall. I've used this product for quite a number of years now. I think this is my second bottle. My first bottle lasted about 4 years, and this is probably the fourth year for this bottle, so it doesn't surprise me that it's nearing the end of its life. There, you have it. Until tomorrow. Now, I know I said that the pond was finished, but what I meant was that the pond was finished being painted. So there's some more effects now that I can do on the pond to complete it. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I may touch it up with different colors later. It's very blue, and while it looks pretty good, I'll see how it turns out. First of all, I'm going to add a little bit of greenery to the pond. And by using a pencil, I'll just poke a little hole in the corner here and add some greenery that I purchased at the dollar store. That makes it look like a very natural looking pond. It's not a complete clear lake, it's just a pond with some growth in it, which I like that look. Now, if I could buy miniature bulrushes, that's what I would do, but I have not been able to source bulrushes as yet. So I use a variety of different greens from the sprigs that you can purchase at a dollar store, and it adds a little bit of ambiance to it. You poke your pencil in, and then you poke your greenery in. Sometimes, because the styrofoam is not too thick, you have to make the stems a little bit shorter. There, I quite like that. It adds some atmosphere to the pond. Now, these green ones, I will paint them with a little bit of white to make them look snowy. Otherwise, they look too bare. And just at random. Now, once this is all set up, then I'm going to add the evergreens on the outside, the snowy evergreens. But until then, I'll just put a little bit of greenery in the corners. I think that's enough. Maybe one or two here. We'll see. So now, the major step. This step has always, in the very beginning, when I started using this product, it gave me a lot of trouble because I didn't understand how this worked. I'm going to use a product from Woodland Scenics called Realistic Water. I purchased this bottle probably 3 or 4 years ago, at the same time as I purchased the waterfall. This only works if you've plastered the styrofoam. If you pour this directly onto styrofoam, it will soak into the styrofoam and just go right through it. It does not stay on as a clear. And the reason I put the greenery in is so that it will go around the edges of the greenery and it will seal the greenery into the pond. So I probably should finish if I want to put a few more pieces of green in. Now I'm hoping that the holes that I poked in here, that the realistic water doesn't pour right through the holes. So let's give it a try. You can start with a very thin layer and you can always add to it later. It's not a good idea to pour, oh, I better get a brush ready. It's not a good idea to pour a lot on at once. It's a good idea to pour it in layers, thin layers, and let it harden, let it settle. And that will take a few hours for it to settle. So you just spread it around. And this gives it the water look. This gives it the pond look. After you've done this and you've let it harden and you've got as many layers on as you wish to have on it, then you can actually paint the top of it as well. So where the waterfall will come in, and I believe the waterfall will be coming in right about here, I will be painting on top of the silicone. A little bit more. The first year I used this, I used it right on the styrofoam, and I came to have a look at the village the next day, and the product was completely all over the floor. I had an awful time getting it off the floor. So I wasn't too impressed with it at that point, but that was my own ignorance. When I reached out to the company, they told me that I had to have a sealed base for it. I couldn't just paint it on top. I just couldn't put it on top of styrofoam. It just didn't work that way. Of course, I didn't read directions. I would have known. There we go. That's the first layer. Just a little bit needed. Now, if you're going to have a river running through your village or anything like that, you can use this for that as well. I will take a picture of it when it's hardened.